Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Surviving Luton. It's September 1st, and that means it's the end of the transfer window. The recent fixtures that we ended up having, we ended up beating Liverpool in the Community Shield. We then turned around and beat Arsenal away from home, Pedrola scoring in the 63rd minute, and then we beat Fulham 2-0 pretty decisively. It should have been even more than that. And then we end up tying against Man City. Only the 2 goals, not really much between us. We could have probably played a little bit better, but I did mix it up and put Shaquille Van Persie to start that game. He is currently 58 to 67 million. That's insane. He's wanted on loan, but we didn't end up getting rid of him. But like I said, we're going to try and play him in as much games as we can, even if it's a little bit of a sacrifice. We then ended up smashing Leeds. It wasn't even close. We ended up winning 3-0. Bazar got 2, and then Azun got the third. We then played all our backups and then still managed to win 1-0. It should have been more. I think we had like 18 shots on target, or sorry, 18 shots total, and around like 8 on target. So we could have easily won by a lot more, but it was nice to kind of see a lot of our players and see them develop. Even Ryan Anderson got to play for a little bit, and he's developing pretty well. But we'll take a quick look at some of the transfers. So the transfer window ends up closing, and 153 million looks a little bit like this. Our top 3 transfers were Kochap, Augusto, and Castellano. They didn't really command that much money, but everything adds up. Then we end up getting rid of Basso, Martial, and Holding for a pretty sizable amount. Like if just looking at these just off surface value, if I could exchange these 3 for those 3, 100% I would take that. Kochap is hopeful. We're hoping that he ends up turning into a decent player. He's currently 5th best center back, but I know we just have to play him a little bit more, and he should be pretty good. Probably the same level as Diamande. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be one of the top center backs in the game. Also a German as well, and you know how I've liked to sign the Germans, but between him, Kirodia, and Malanka, and Diamande, it's going to be insane for us. Payroll-wise, we're paying the 10th most in the league. As you can see, Man City is paying more than double us, and Manchester United is paying around 5 million. I did see something very interesting about this. Ten Hag somehow made their favorite personnel, and I don't know how. This is like the most Manchester United thing as of recent. He hasn't actually won anything. He went runner-up. So he finished 3rd in EPL. He finished runner-up in Carabao Cup. And again, I think runner-up again in Carabao Cup. And somehow that makes him on the favorite personnel. That is so weird. If you end up asking me, oh, I could probably get Ruben Issaray. That'd be pretty cool. Big fan of his, but unfortunately he's a head coach, so I don't think I'll be able to get him. Cristiano Ronaldo, head coach, eh? Can we get him as some? We can get him as our assistant coach. Yeah, let's lock him up for a while. That is so cool. Okay, so we can get him. Van Persie's a coach as well with us. And I don't know who else we can grab. Wayne Rooney, where's he now? He's Crystal Palace head coach. So I find that interesting. We'll take a look at the transfers that we end up getting and look at the history. We spent around 125. We got back 125. One of the players that I'm super excited to have is Ruben van Bommel. As you guys know, I tried to get him several times, and we finally managed to get him. So he's 22, which makes it so it's a little bit easier. He isn't one of the best players on our squad, but it's more so just because I'm a huge fan of his dad. So I mean, why not? That's one of the reasons why I got Van Persie as well. So we ended up getting him. He's going to go back on loan with AZ Alkmaar, and we'll kind of see how he develops. I'm excited to see how well he ends up doing, and kind of take it from there. Cole Palmer's not doing as well as what I would have hoped initially. Doing a little bit good in coming out as a sub, but I don't really see him coming in as a starter. I think we promised him secondary striker or shadow striker there. So that'll be kind of disappointing when he doesn't end up playing that much. Castellano, we're going to have to feature a little bit more. I do really like his heading, and it's something that we need to focus on, but he is only 5'10", and his jumping reach isn't that high as well. But his determination is pretty high. He is 27, but he kind of fits into like the German, Argentinian, Spanish team that we kind of have right now. Obviously mixed in with English players. One of the players that we also got, Van de Black, we ended up sending on loan. As you can see, center back, he wasn't good enough to start for us, but I'm hoping they can kind of develop at West Brom. He hasn't played yet, but we're really hoping a lot from him. Noeri is also on our team as well, but he's on Arsenal. I think there's a potential future fee for him, if I'm not mistaken. Is there? I think there might be. We'll have to see that later. Oh yeah, 33 million optional fee. So we're going to take a closer look at him. But obviously the players that are on our team are already more of a priority than he is. But it's still a good chance to end up seeing how well he ends up turning out. And then one of the players that we finally got rid of Claire for 2.4, so we end up profiting off of him as well. 2.4 is pretty decent considering we got him for 1.4. We even sent him on loan for 1.6. And then ultimately selling him for 2.4. So all in all, we end up making a decent amount of money. Nascimento we end up selling for only 1 million, but we just wanted his wages off, and he wasn't really going to end up playing for us anyway, so he ended up going to the team that he was loaned to. We do wish him the best, but unfortunately it's not going to be here. And one of the cool ones that we ended up loaning out, though, that I'm excited about, is one of our youngsters is performing amazing. Colin Murphy has 5 goals in 5 games and 7 goals in 8 games in all competitions. 2 goals in the Carabao Cup. So I'm really hoping that he develops as well as what he's projected to be. I was kind of skeptical about putting him on loan anyways, but the fact that he's doing pretty well. He's a decent League 2 player already at 18, and I mean the fact that he can play left wing and potentially right wing as well. They're putting him up as striker, so he might even be a future striker for us. He is 6 foot as well. Determination is pretty decent, and his finishing is around 14, so that can only really go up in my opinion. So we are excited to see how well him and all the other guys that we end up having end up doing. It will be pretty exciting to see how they turn up. But we'll end up playing a little bit here. We'll end up playing the Juventus game. We'll end up skipping the Everton game, and let's see if we can manage to get a result in the Champions League. And here's our squad for the Juventus game. We have Capril in goal, Carlos, Chirodia, Diamande, and Gector as our backline there. I'm not even going to try and say that name. But Lazar is going to play midfield with Samu, and then Astanis, Almeida, and Kanate are going to be our attacking mids. And then Gelhardt's going to get the nod up front. We do have a decent amount of tired bodies. We did have a recent match against Everton that we managed to win 2-1, but really hoping that we can continue this form and end up beating the Italian champions. They ended up winning the league last year, so we're just hoping that we can manage to add to their difficulty. But it does look like their whole team is fully rested, though. I did take a quick glance at them before the game. But I'm hoping that we can manage to get an early goal and just kind of pound onto it from there. We'll end up looking at the league table here. Makes more sense. And I mean, I'd be okay with a tie here since it is in Juve. I mean, I do think that we can probably get a result here. We did beat them in the past, I believe. So barring no red cards or anything like that, we should still manage to put on a good game here. Bayern Munich up 1-0. I think it's against Barcelona, and almost getting a shot off there. Carlos with it. One of our recent additions to our team. Yeah, 1-0 Bayern against Barcelona, and 2-0 for Arsenal against PSG. That's pretty crazy. Fiorentina moves ahead of Celtic as well. I'd be happy just staying here, but We still want to get the results when we can. If we can get one of our ways as a win, that's just fantastic. Especially if we want to be competitive in this. I do want to get the bye game beforehand. I do know it's a little bit less money, but I'd still rather get automatically pushed, not like last year where we missed it out by, I think, goal differential. And this is definitely one of those games where it's going to matter. 20 minutes in, it does look like they are commanding a lot of our time and of our space here. And it looks like they're going to get a shot. They get one. Federico ends up putting one in. And we are down 1-0. So far, no shots from us, though. So we're going to end up demanding more here. See if we can manage to turn this around. But it still looks like we're just a step behind them in almost every facet here. And we're almost down 2-0. Our fans managed to show up for this game. Copenhagen also up 1-0 on Sporting. Gets headed away. See if we can get a counterattack here or if it's going to be the end of the highlight. Looks like the highlight's continuing, but not for us, though. Pedrola ends up losing it super cheaply. Free kick conceded as well, and now corner. Doesn't look like any one of our teammates are tired except for Gelhardt, so no one's really running here. And I'm hoping I can say the opposite for the opposition. Kanate now with the chance here. We did elect to put him in instead of having Gelhardt on the wing and Bazder as well. So I'm hoping that... oh my god, we almost got it in, but Kanate was offside. So we do have a decent amount of faith in him. I'm hoping it gets repaid in this game. But defensively, it looks like we're not the team that we normally are. Concede another corner here. Capril's now a 7.1. Diamonde's not too happy. Probably the only one that's not really happy. That's offside. I don't understand how that's not. Stannis with it. It's probably going to be the end of the highlight here. Yeah. We can't really get a counter. Sporting ends up tying it up. But every other score is pretty much the same. Hits the wall again. Capril's now 7.2. And Diamonde's still upset. He's really going to have to grow up just a little bit. And can we get a counter, or is it going to be the end of the highlight? Curidia doing everything he can to Samu now. Gelhardt, oh my god, just a terrible pass. We're still looking to get our footing here. Does bring us down to 33rd here, which does make it a little bit more difficult to qualify, especially a loss. Man City up 2-0. I mean, at least there's only one point separating from other teams as well that are in that zone. Let's see if we can get level here. Stannis to Lazar, and we do. Almeida ends up getting the goal here just before halftime. That's fantastic. I mean, Stannis and Gelhardt are probably going to need subs, possibly at halftime. Stannis manages to somewhat beat his man, and then Lazar with the pass. Looked like it was for Gelhardt, but Almeida ends up burying it instead. Good thing Gelhardt just let it go. It looks like there's a skip the dishes advertisement here. So we go in, finally managing to at least do something. And yeah, I guess you're doing well is probably what we're going to end up doing. Tactic-wise, yeah, we're going to take off Gelhardt. Could have put in Bazder here. I do want a Chevry to come in at some point. That's the only sub that I can really see. We're gonna try and milk it a little bit more than possible, and maybe see if Stannis can at least do something. But between him and Kanate, those are the two guys that we're probably gonna look to take off. Maybe even Carlos as well. I'm not sure who's gonna sub them at this point. It does bring us into 6th place though, so there's not too many teams that are winning at the moment. All I'm seeing is around 5 teams that are currently ahead. Good block there, but it looks like they're still on with it. 50th minute, and all I see is a massive whiteout. Capril gets to it, no problem. And I'm still not sure who I'm going to put in for Astanis there. I'm hoping he can turn this game around. He's a 6.6 now. He was like a 6.4 before. Curiodia finding Samu. Oh, that was a bad pass. Looks like we're going to get caught in the counter here. I mean, Gector can probably switch to the left there. But he's also tiring as well. Around 60th minute, we'll probably make a sub. Probably 2 guys in. Oh, there we go. Samu ends up getting a goal here. We go ahead 2-1. And everyone's happy except for Bazdar. Almeida ends up crossing it in. Takes a deflection, but still a nice shot by Samu, so it looks like they're working together very well. We're up 2-1, 56 minutes in. And all we gotta do is not be silly about it. Which kind of makes it difficult to make subs now. Oh my god, we almost concede there. Capriel turns it away, but he had a completely open shot. I guess that goes against what I was planning. Gector looks like he's tiring as well. Between him and Carlos. Carlos hasn't really played a full game for us yet, though. Kurodia with it. I don't know how they missed it. And that's the end of that highlight. We only have 3 shots, 3 on target, against 12 and 6. Probably going to be 1 more. Capriel, wow, that was a massive jump there. Yeah, we'll push it to 65 here. And I'm really hoping that's not going to be a mistake. Kurodia managed to get to it. Astanis here to Almeida. To Kurodia. A weird pass. That was a terrible pass. We're going to concede here. Was that an own goal? That was an own goal, wasn't it? That was terrible. Absolute terrible. And now we're regretting not making our subs sooner rather than later. Bumps us down to 5th. Or, yeah, 4th, I guess. Just don't concede again. I'm going to change it right after this. Right after this highlight, actually. Actually, you know what? No, we'll do it right now. Alright. Alright, we'll look at this. Bazder's going to come in as the left wing here. We're going to put in Castellano. Chevry, I think, is going to come in for Almeida. I kind of don't want to do that. Well, we'll move Almeida to the right wing, actually. We'll put in a Chevry here. And we can still make 2 subs here. I feel as though it's going to have to be Gector, so Hall's going to have to come in for Augusto, and Gector's going to have to come off for Curtis or Malanka. You know what? Let's trust in Curtis. And just don't concede here. And it turns away. I'm hoping the highlight ends soon. Good stop there, and that is it. It looks like everyone's going to be able to sub pretty freely there. And let's just encourage everyone. Pause that. We'll just encourage everyone. And maybe we should kind of go more standard here. We'll up the tempo just a little bit. And see if we can manage to get something. 5th place is also good. A tie here is massive. 5 shots, 5 on target. And Samu heads it away. And we don't get to it right away. It's not a very good clearance. And they just let their man walk by. Almost in, but an offside ends up coming to our savior. Oh my god, that is a terrible look. Oh my god, so disappointing. I don't even want to see it. We end up going down 3-2 here. Just a deflection. How is Capriel going to take the... That's stupid. We'll go very attacking here. And let's demand more. And it bumps us all the way down to 31st, though. But we can still catch these teams. This isn't going to be the end of us, but we will avenge it. 80th minute. And 5 minutes extra time, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. And we're going to take our first loss in this competition. I can't believe Tierney's on there too. And I don't know why we're kind of wasting time here. We got to move it forward. That's all she wrote. We end up losing 3-2, but hard-fought game considering. Kind of disappointing. But what can you do? We do find ourselves bottom 4, sorry. Bottom 4, but -1, so not much. There's still other games to be played, so it could drop us a little bit more. But looking at the fact that Tottenham, Napoli, Bayern, Barcelona, and the two teams that we're probably going to end up beating didn't end up getting maximum points, I feel as though we still have a good chance. But Juventus is probably going to be the hardest team that we end up having to play. So let's jump to the Prem game and see if we can manage to get a better result next. So instead of playing another league game, we're going to end up playing a Champions League game. RC Lens end up winning their first game pretty handily, 4-1. So, I mean, just to get us back into the good graces, I wouldn't mind playing this game and seeing if we can manage to get a result here. We have Capriel in goal, Hall, Kurodia, Diamande, and Malanka as our backline there. Lazar and Samu are going to be our mid there. Stanis, Almeida, and Gelhardt as our attacking mids, and then Bazar is going to get the nod up front. The last game that we end up playing, we end up beating Tottenham 1-0, but sadly it was only 1-0. One of their players got sent off very early on, and our XG was pretty much 4.0, and we managed to hit the post at least 6 times, and probably 4 of those were just Tati. So he somehow ends up hitting posts, and I mean, we're hopefully going to turn around here and get a better result than just 1-0. Right now, the jersey colors are way too similar. I don't know why they allowed this to happen, but we are at home. So for our first home game, we're really hoping for the victory. It did give us a 60% chance that we should win, or at least that's what the fans were saying. So we're really hoping to prove them right here. But we'll take a look at some of our youngsters too. If we end up getting early leads, we might end up swapping some of our veterans or older players for some of our youth. Kind of see Kanate as well, and I guess one of our midfielders as well. I can't remember his name just off the top of my head, but I think it's Anderson actually. So just see how our youth ends up doing, since we can play them in this competition without really having to worry about registration. But so far we're controlling a lot of the tempo here. Gelhardt with the chance there, almost put it in, and just decided to hit it hard and low instead of just placing it a little bit better. Sparta Prague's up 1-0. We almost put one in there as well. Diamande with the header, and Bayern Munich is beating Manchester United 1-0. Currently, we're at the top of the league, though, in the Prem. Oh my God, Almeida gets his goal there. Good assist there from Lazar. Very happy. So we're up 1-0 early on, like what I said, and yeah, we're top of the league right now. We end up having the 1 tie against Man City. We end up beating Everton, Tottenham. We beat Arsenal early on, so we're off to the races right now. Just hoping that the other teams struggle a little bit more. So with that goal, brings us up to 14th, so does give us at least a playoff opportunity here. Fiorentina ties it up as well. And not many goals so far. FC Cologne is actually, I'm surprised they're even in this competition. I didn't even realize that they were one of the top teams in Germany. Because in real life, they're towards the bottom right now. Now Diamande with the chance, 20 minutes in. Finds Gelhardt, good pass to Almeida. To Lazar. Wow, they're connecting very well. So Almeida ends up scoring the first one, and then Lazar gets the second one, assisted by Almeida. So right now there's no one else on the field, just those two players. Diamande doing well to pass to Gelhardt, and then Almeida just knows exactly where Lazar is so early on. And we don't. I think the one thing that we definitely need is a top striker, though. If we can get rid of, if we can lose Gelhardt and Basdar this year, I would definitely go in for like a Evan Ferguson or something like that. Because it looks like most of our midfield ends up scoring. And just as I said that, Basdar was listening, and we're up 3-0, and the half hasn't even finished yet. Move up to 7th place with that. So at least you're getting a glimpse as to what we can do when we're actually putting the effort in. Great pass by Gelhardt. So Gelhardt also heard that as well. And we're up 3-0 in 4 shots. Jesus. 74 possession as well. Scored within 2 minutes after. Almeida's now injured. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Potential foot injury. And we know exactly who's going to come in for that. And Real Madrid's up 1-0 on Sporting. So far, there's no. I think Olympiacos is the only surprising one that's in a playoff spot, and Copenhagen as well. Well, I guess RC Lens as well. But now it brings us up to 8th place. So if everything stays the same as how it is now, we could easily see ourselves get the bye, which we'll take any day of the week. But I really like that should have been a foul. Okay. Goal kick though. Fiorentina now up 2-0. RB Leipzig up 1-0. And we're still in 7th, so that's good. But the teams ahead of us, I mean, Cologne, I feel as though we could destroy them. Fiorentina, we could probably beat. And where's Juve is... Are they even playing right now? 45 minutes, 3 minutes extra time to see if we can get one more before the half. We cannot. Just don't concede now, because that would change a couple of the plans that we're trying to do. And misses the whole net. Thank God. And it looks like Sam is probably going to be one of the casualties at halftime. Actually, might end up trying to hold off on it a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll hold off just a little bit longer, but we'll probably end up putting in... I mean, Nijpen can also play as well. But Ryan Anderson, one of your youngsters, I wouldn't mind kind of seeing a little bit more from him. Hardworking midfielder is his media description, so I do like that. I do like that quite a bit, actually. And then O'Neill, I wouldn't mind seeing as well. So we might end up actually swapping both our mid and maybe put Echeverry on the wing instead. Or Lazar. I don't really want Lazar coming off though. Kind of slowed down since Almeida was offside though. Bazar's definitely gonna get subbed for sure though. Maybe Gelhardt moves up front there. If Konate's on the bench, we might do that. Oh my God, who is this? Who's the center back? Oh my God, Sam would just end up watching him the whole time. That was one of the worst defensive moves I've seen. If we concede here, oh my God. I was gonna say if we concede here, Samu is definitely gonna be getting subbed off right away. But you can tell that he's probably tired though. I'll give him a. I'll end up ignoring that. We'll make our subs here actually. So we'll do one of them. We won't sub both midfields at the same time, but Samu will swap there. Actually, no, he's playing better as an attacking playmaker. We'll put in O'Neill first, and then we'll put in Anderson. Anderson can also play attacking mid as well. We might consider that, but Bazar's going to come. Oh no, Bazar's actually not as tired. You know what? Let's put in Palmer. Palmer getting the nod up front there. Get a closer look to Konate as well. And hopefully these give us one more, I think, after this. We'll have to do it wisely, but Malanka looks like he's getting tired as well. But like I said, I do want to see more of Anderson. But Konate, I'm more invested in developing. I don't know why Palmer's upset already. We're putting him top striker, and he seems to not want to be that. Gets the ball though. Good pass by... What? How do you not shoot? I guess that's why he's not happy, is because he knows that we're probably not going to play him if he ends up playing like this. Giving him every opportunity to showcase his talent, and he's making us regret it immediately. 56 minutes. There's still a lot of time left. And we're still in 7th there. Fiorentina still up. Cologne up 3-0. Bayern now up 2-0. And Madrid up 1-0. Leipzig up 3. Oh my god, Palmer, you suck. I think Palmer is the worst, actually. Astanis looks like he's tiring as well. And you know what? Palmer is gonna go on the wing because I can't watch this anymore. Or maybe you know what? Let's do here. We'll put him in as a shadow striker instead of being top striker. Pedrola's gonna come off. Who's he gonna come off for? Let's give Tati another chance here. Anderson will make it up to. He'll play in the league game next. We have 8 shots, 4 on target. We haven't conceded any on target yet. Tati just has to get his confidence back, especially from hitting the post so many times. Cologne up 4-0 now. We're still in 7th, so I'm plenty happy, but I don't think Arsenal's played yet. I don't think Juve's played yet. I don't think a lot of these teams that are at 3 have played yet. Man City's tying though. If Man City doesn't end up making it past, that'd be pretty exciting. But they're not as deadly as what they have been. Lazar is looking exhausted as well. We are sporting a positive. Lazar with a chance there, gets turned away, and immediately goes to a highlight there, or ends the highlight. PSV now up 2-1. Malanka to Lazar, and we get another corner here. Hopefully that's not the end of the highlight. 2-0 now for Real Madrid. And Palmer to Lazar, and no one's on the end of it. This can't be... I don't know why they would have this as a highlight if we don't score. It feels as though it's destined for us to score. Oh, now it's 1-1 for Porto and Man City. Tati now with the chance. Oh my god. Gets fouled. And yellow card is brandished to Danzo. Lazar with a chance there. Gets turned away. In the 88th minute, it doesn't look like anyone's going to score at this point. And I'm just really hoping that Almeida's not too injured here. Again, what's with this? Who is this? Hall. Jesus, they just end up watching it. Leipzig's up 5-0. That is insane. I think we have a harder oppositions for Champions League, though. I will say that. Looking at some of the other teams, Fofana ends up missing completely. 3 minutes extra time, but that's probably the only highlight. Bayern now up 2-1, so it looks like Rashford ended up getting one in there, but shouldn't matter. And yeah, Palmer is definitely going to go in January. I don't think I can watch this anymore. Man City up 2-1 now. Disappointing, but good all around though. I will say that. It ends up moving us to 7th place, but like I said, I don't think Arsenal, Juve have played yet. We'll take a closer look as that goes. And yeah, I was right. So a couple of the teams behind us. So we should probably drop down to, let's say, I think we'll drop down to probably around 12th, if I'm not mistaken. Barcelona still has to play as well. But looking at our schedule here, we'll show you who we end up playing. We play Bruges, so we should get a win there away from home. Arsenal's going to... Oh, no, that's a cup game. Barcelona, I feel as though we're just going to end up losing that one. Depending if they're the Barcelona of old or new. Rennes, we should probably end up winning. Monaco, we have a good chance at winning. And then we have AC Milan and Arsenal as well. I don't know why we're playing against teams in our own division. That seems kind of odd. So we'll end up doing that. But we'll come back probably for maybe the Brighton match and the Barcelona match. So we'll end up playing the rest of it off camera. But we'll come back for the Barcelona and Brighton match and see if we can manage to get some wins there. Um, yeah, so that should be it. But currently, yeah, we are still in first place. The 5 wins that we end up having were against Tottenham, Everton, Leeds, Fulham, and Arsenal. So good win against Arsenal. We end up winning it away as well, so we'll end up being able to face them at home as well. Man City's going to regret tying us. Currently 2 points ahead of them, but managing to hopefully do a still respectable finish. I don't expect us to win this season, but we're off to a good start. So who knows? We should be able to at least make it competitive. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time.